Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review our blues. We're doing that every week, and today I'm here to review episode 17 and 18. And I have to say, 15 and 16, 17 and 18, it was like our hearts are being pulled out and ripped to pieces. Like, they're so heart-wrenching. Oh my God. Anyway, let's go to episode 17. We finished off Chan Hugh and her granddaughter. Oh my God. Oh, that episode was so heart-wrenching. So Chan Hugh finds out because her granddaughter accidentally is telling her friend that her dad is in the hospital. She forgot, and obviously she heard it. Dog Seok's mom heard it, and obviously repeated it to Chan Hugh, and then that's how they found out that her son has been in the hospital this whole time in a ventilator, and that's what is going on. And then she goes to see him in the hospital. That was so hard to see. And then when she came back and she said, I told my daughter-in-law, just let him die. And then when Dog Seok's mom is crying, episode 17. And then remember the little girl always said that her dad told her in Jeju, you can see 100 moons. And I loved how all the sailors decided to put all the lights on, once everybody found out that her son, Mansu, was sick in the hospital, to try and cheer the daughter on. Oh, so touching. And then she proceeds to put her hands together and pray. Please, God, make my father better again. Oh my God, I don't know about you, but it was a lot. And then they all knelt down and everybody is praying, including Chan Hugh. Oh, my word. It was not enough Kleenex in the world, right? And I have to say, I don't know about you. I'm not sure if you're spiritual or not. But to me, I have always thought children praying, old people praying, like God always listens faster, right? Like us in between, we're still trying to figure out this thing called life, and we have ups and downs. But children, they're so pure, they're so close to God. And then old people, they've lived their life and they've walked all this, and I feel like God is like, hey, I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been through it. I feel like he answers their prayers much faster than the rest of us. So I was like, I hope something good happens, and it does. And spoiler alert, just in case you haven't finished watching 17, we do see in 18 that he does wake up, which was like, I was so happy to see that. And Dog Seok's mom actually says, I knew something good would happen because you're blessed. She's always such a nice woman. Like, something good has to happen. Like, God has to bless you, and he did. So, that was so good to see. But then 18, now, finally, I've been waiting. I want to find out why she treats Dog Seok like she does. She ignores him, doesn't talk to him. She's cold to him. And then now she's like demanding him to drive her to the memorial of the stepfather that he really hated. I'm like, how out of touch or uncaring are you? And why are you this way? She needs to have a really, really, really good reason so we can find out why she did that to him. And then to find out when Dog Seok, is confronted by everybody else who was like, what do you mean you're not going to take your mother to the memorial? And he's like, why should I care now? She never cared about me. That she has cancer. Why should I treat her differently? She never cared about me. Why should I care now? And then he went on to tell them how, she apparently ended up sleeping with his dad's friend, and his dad's friend was also his friend's dad, and how embarrassed he was about that. And that's why he never wanted to get married, because he was like, if my wife becomes something like that, I could never, deal with that. And then there was that one scene when apparently she was getting married to Dog Seok's stepfather, who used to be, I guess, I'm assuming, her husband's friend, who also was Dog Seok's friend's father. It was so messed up. The fact that, he talks about her sleeping with him, and then now she's going to get married, and she tells him, "You cannot be my son, like treat me like I'm your aunt." And then he was like, "Why would I consider you my aunt? You're my mother." And then she's slapping him, and I'm like, is it because the husband doesn't want children, but they knew she had children? So what is the reason? Like, I need this to be a really good reason as to why she treated him like that. It's so evil and unloving, and I just can't understand. I feel like she's a good woman. I know she's always quiet, but she ignores him. She never shows him any affection. When he asks her a question, she doesn't answer him. She talks to everybody else but him. I'm like, woman, what is going on? Like, why would you treat your child that way? And then now you want him to take you to the memorial of the stepfather that he hated. Like, what is going on? And then she is just like ordering him around. Like when he came to pick her up, and Chan Hugh, and the way they were like, "Oh, pick up this more and let me do this," and then they end up missing the ferry, right? Like, I'm thinking Dog Seok must have been like, "God, give me strength. God, give me strength," because there's no way. Like, oh my God, like the fact that he didn't even want to go, right? Oh, but I loved what Seon said to him. Like, look, you should go and make sure you ask her why. Like, ask her, why is it that you never liked me? Why is it that you never showed me love? Like just why, right? And maybe the reason why, it could be maybe because the things she was doing would have been better if she was not considered a mother. I get the feeling she was sleeping around with people. Maybe that was shameful, and maybe couldn't acknowledge her son. I don't know, but it's so disturbing. I cannot wait to hear how she's gonna explain that whole thing. The other thing I did like was Seon when Dog Seok went to visit her after she said she missed him, which, by the way, he has completely like almost finished the house. It's looking so beautiful. And he saw her with her ex-husband and thought, oh, they're gonna get back together. They're gonna get their family back together. So he thought there'll be no relationship there. And obviously, she was like, no, we're not getting back together. I don't have feelings for him anymore. I actually have feelings for you. So I was so happy for Dog Seok, like, oh, see, I knew they were gonna, end up together. So that was nice. And then, by the way, Ho Shik and Ingwan, when their daughter went into labor, the way they were sitting there holding hands, I really thought something bad really happened. And then they were just like, she's been in labor for 10 hours. It's too long and it's too much pain. And the way Hugh was like, seriously, you guys almost gave me a heart attack. I thought it was something really bad. It's just labor. Are you serious? But that will be so exciting to see next week. Hopefully they have a healthy baby and everything is great. But anyway, what did you think of episodes 17 and 18? These last couple episodes have been really, really heart-wrenching, but really good as well. What do you think is the reason why? I'm really interested to hear in the comments. What do you think her reason is for treating Dog Seok that way? Because I can't put my finger on it. And even if she was sleeping around and didn't want to be considered a mother because it's shameful, why treat him so mean? Like, you treat everybody else nice. Your own child, you ignore him. You don't show him any love, And I feel like if he was just this much considerate to him, like, he would even take it, right? He would take it. I cannot wait next week to find out more what her reason is. And here's to hoping that I'm just like, oh, okay, now I get why, but I'm doubtful. I'm like, oh, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot, right? Anyway, please join me next week finale, right? 19 and 20. Here we go. And as usual, if you like my video, do give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.